Amazing video. Only thing I'd change about it is the amount of clothes you have on. Take them all off, please. So today we're doing a deck rating video. I'll be right back with the first deck. So this is the first deck we're running. All of these are actually YouTube submissions, and our first one's coming in from Ander, who says to play Tesla, Inferno Tower, Cannon, Mirror, Clone, Tombstone, Bomb Tower, Elixir Pump. So I have that loaded up into the game, and we'll switch right over to the game view. But basically, you can't win with this deck. There's actually no way you can even win with this deck. Now, the things I would say to change, I didn't even put this in the Evo slot because I was like, there's literally no chance. I would put in the cage for, Bomb Tower, get rid of the Bomb Tower, go here, put in literally any other buildings here. We can go with the Goblin Hut, because that actually, provides a little bit of value. Tombstone, obviously not the greatest. In an all buildings deck, I mean, probably want Expo, but I need to find Mortar. We definitely need our Evo Mortar in this deck. So honestly, I don't think you can run Clone. To be fair, I don't think you can run Clone. So we're gonna try Mortar, Tesla, Expo, yada yada, and see if it works. There's the deck. There you have it. I don't think I'm gonna win a single game with this, but you know what? It never hurts to try. So we're just gonna hop right into one. We have 3.7. I just got to Little Prince's Lair, which is a weird name because this is like not even really a lair. I mean, it looks like a lair, but it's like, why would it be Little Prince's? What does it have to do at all with Little Prince? So we're gonna go for Mortar first play because I really don't have a better play at all. He's gonna go for a Cannon, and I mean, I just kind of gotta let that die because I don't have any support to that. Now, we do have our Expo. We can go for a cage here to set that up. I mean, honestly, Tombstone as well. Maybe get some skeletons going behind the Goblin Brawler. And we actually defend the Hog perfectly. The Goblin Brawler, he has a Bowler. Okay, maybe we can... He played his tank, so maybe we can go for an Expo here, trying to get a little bit of damage. He's going to go with that. Don't really have... He has... Magic Archer as well. Okay, well, we're going to go for a Tesla here. I think Tesla's going to be able to counter all that, except for the Magic Archer, which is actually going to be impossible to counter. I can go for a Cannon here, but he's just going to TP back, so... He decides not to TP back. That's an interesting choice by him, if I do say so myself. Now, this is going to be difficult. He has two tanks, too many tanks, and Magic Archer as well as the Cannon. So... I don't really know what he's playing. Maybe we can go for a Mortar here. Get him, maybe try to get him to play a Cannon. Go for a Tombstone. Nice. We block it with the Tombstone. And we're just going to have to kind of eat this for a second. Oh my god. He just plays a Bowler. And you know what? It's A-okay. He doesn't have to defend at all because he plays a Bowler. Well, he does have to defend a little bit. At least my Spear Goblins are going to, try. I kind of have to go like Tesla here. Just to... stop the skeletons from completely swarming my tower. Okay. Well, we're down a lot of elixir, I fear, and we don't really have that much. Now, he is playing Hog, so that's the interesting thing. I feel like we have a kind of slight edge up on Hog because we have all buildings except for Mirror. So we're going to get our Goblin Brawler down there, and what we can actually probably do here is go... Actually, we can go for a Mortar here, and then, snipe this with a Cannon, but also support our... Mortar. He's gonna go for his Cannon there, so that's a pretty decent play. Go for a Goblin Hut, just cycle here. Go for, I mean, honestly, might have wanted to have all spawners just to have a slight chance of winning the game. We can go for a Goblin Cage here, go for a Tesla here. That's gonna get a lineup. I'm sad, but honestly, it's not too bad. Probably does the TP back here, of course he would. And we just kind of have to chill. Not really much I can do. I can go for a Mortar here at least and get a little bit of value. He just goes Fireball. Okay, we're gonna go Tesla or Expo here plus Cannon. We catch a Bowler, except we don't catch it. And the E-Wiz is gonna do unspeakable things to my tower. Now, the Expo did actually live for a little bit longer. I probably could have gone Mirror Expo opposite lane. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna set up for a Tesla. We get the Hog. I'm gonna go Goblin Cage just to try to snatch this in, and oh my, dude, the thing about this is, the Magic Archer, it just gets so much value for sitting there and shooting my stuff, but He does activate King. We're gonna go for a cannon here. Maybe go for another tombstone. I think winning with all buildings in this day and age of Clash is just not possible. I really don't think it is. It used to be. It used to be you'd have like a decent chance of winning. Maybe if you outplayed your opponent. But now we have Magic Archer, Hog flying at my building. He plays another Magic Archer, which is just gonna get the kill, you know, on the tower. I just think it's kind of impossible to win with all buildings. And he says thanks, which I don't really care because we lost 7 trophies, and we're going to move right on to the next deck, which is an actual deck, you know? Because why are we playing all cannons? All buildings, all cannons. That would be impossible. The last deck we have coming in is from Dracid, which says, this deck is probably older than some of the kids who play the game nowadays, and it is Ice Wiz. It's basically Splash Shard, but with archers, and I have it loaded up here. Let's just take a look. Personally, this looks like a good deck. Don't get me wrong. The only thing I would change is I'm not a big fan of Evo Archers. I know like they work really good in Expo, obviously, but I don't really see any other decks using Evo Archers. The one thing I would change is probably the most obvious change, which is just add Evo Baby Dragon or even just Baby Dragon. It's really good in any deck, and because it's just slowing and speed for your troops, slowing for their troops, obviously. And it just allows us to have another splash card, because splash cards are just kind of broken, and Frogger's gonna be posting videos, so, you know, gotta love Overwatch. Anyway, we get a free King Tower activation with Hog. He says well played. We're just gonna cycle this to the back. I'm gonna go Knight here, just, you know, cycling some things. He's gonna miss a rocket because he's bad at the game, and, he says good game. Okay. Well, we get a bunch of Baby Dragon damage. We can go for a Knight ability here to kind of keep the Knight alive longer, allowing our Baby Dragon to get a lot of damage. And he's going to say good game again, which, sure, man. I can just go Ice Spirit here, go for a Bowler if he does a respawn. I'm actually going to go Bowler here, just to not really allow the Hog to get too much damage. If any, we stop. Did we stop the hit? I think we did. I don't know. But he gets another Bowl off. Obviously going to take out the Executioner too, so... This guy's just spamming good game because he wants to get in my head, which I'm not going to let him get in my head because, you know, it's what it is. He's going to go for that, so we can just go Ice Wiz here, stop any potential counter push he may have, and just kind of chill. That's a nice, and the thing about this deck is it's a control deck, so you just kind of like slowly chip away, and then once you get to double, you play Graveyard because Graveyard's just really, really good. Actually, they kind of nerfed it a lot when they did like the... You can kind of figure out what the respawn pattern is going to be. Also, he's going to go Hog here. Yep. We can go here. Pull these together. And, yeah, that's a full countered Hog, if I've ever seen one. And he just can't do anything. Now, I won't spend any more Elixir because we are kind of low on Elixir, but we are rolling into double Elixir, and we have our Evo Baby Dragon coming up. So, that's something to be happy about. I need to cycle one more Zap, though, to be fair. So I'm just going to wait a second, go for Ice Wiz here. He's going to do that. We can go Knight up top, obviously, just kind of eating the Ice Spirit there. He's setting up for a defense. I'm going to go Bowler in the back, getting ready for the Hog. And just kind of chilling, letting him do his thing while we set up for our push here. Now, he's going to go with a rocket there. I think that was a really aggressive rocket. I don't really have much, though, to be fair. But we can go here, and the Graveyard is incoming. I will say that. We can go Graveyard here, go for the Knight ability. Oh, I thought the Knight could get the ability off. Okay, well, we still have something tanking. Go for a Zap here, get some damage on those Goblins. Ice Spirit here, he's going to go do that. I can go for a Bowler, and we just kind of have to Tornado everything back. And that Executioner is getting a lot of value. Okay, well, that's not the greatest. He says good game because this guy obviously has been... Oh, yeah, he doesn't rocket. But yeah, essentially, obviously, probably should have done something else there. I don't know how I would have... I have underleveled cards. I have a level 14 Bowler, so I mean, it just kind of dies to rocket. If it didn't die to rocket in like one shot, then it would have been fine. But I like this deck a lot. I think Splash Yard's a really strong deck all the time. It's just a good deck. And I didn't rate the last one. The last one's a 0 out of 10 because it sucks. It's buildings only. Like, what are we doing? Anyway, this one is probably like, I'd say like an 8 out of 10. It's a solid deck, don't get me wrong, but it has a lot of counterplays and outplays. And like if you play against bait, you lose. If you play against some decks, you just kind of lose. Some decks like just have cards that prevent Graveyard from really getting any value at all. And right now, Graveyard only really works with like poison. Like with Drill, you have to have poison. I mean that is Evo Drill obviously, but Graveyard you probably want to have poison. If they have poison, you kind of just Graveyard's useless and you have to build up pushes. And yeah, overall I would just say 8 out of 10. Good defense, really good defense. Pretty good counter pushes, obviously, and the offense is, with the counter pushes is pretty strong. So 8 out of 10. If you guys like this video, man, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.